Welcome to Canadian Updates. Every headline matters and every update keeps you ahead, so subscribe the channel. The world wakes up to chaos. A global tech ban targeting American exports. As Washington panics, Trump laughs, posting a grinning selfie. They finally banned the right things. Sad. He mocks the crisis, blaming opponents, and turns the ban into his own victory lap. The headlines shift. Now, it's all about Trump, not the crisis. Canada, usually the calm neighbor, snaps. Prime Minister Trudeau, fed up with Trump's mockery, calls a press conference. He announces a sweeping boycott. All American-owned businesses, not just tech, are off-limits. The Maple Leaf Mandate urges Canadians to buy local, buy allied, anything but American. Overnight, American brands become toxic. Starbucks. Tim Hortons replaces it. Netflix? Cancelled for Canadian streaming. The government launches a website and app to help citizens find Canadian alternatives for everything. Tax incentives roll out for businesses that ditch American suppliers. The boycott becomes a national movement. Buy Canadian trends for weeks. American products vanish from shelves. Local companies scramble to fill the gap. The Canadian government fast-tracks support for homegrown businesses. It's a risky gamble. Can Canada survive without its biggest trading partner? The message from Ottawa is clear. If America treats diplomacy like a joke, Canada won't fund the punchline. The friendly neighbor is done being friendly. The boycott isn't just policy, it's a point of pride. Canadians rally, determined to stand up to a bully. The economic stakes are huge, but the sense of unity is stronger. The world watches as Canada draws a line in the snow. The US-Canada relationship is changed overnight. The boycott is a bold, risky stand, and there's no turning back. The fallout spreads far beyond the border. Tensions explode on both sides of the border. In the US, confusion and anger reign. Some blame Canada for overreacting, others blame Trump for provoking the crisis. Cable news and social media erupt with finger-pointing. Bumper stickers read, "Who needs Canada anyway?" while others lament America's lost standing. The divide deepens. Is this Canada's fault or Trump's? Meanwhile, Canadians feel a surge of national pride. Social media fills with photos of all Canadian shopping carts. Buy Canadian everywhere. There's a festive, defiant spirit, but also anxiety about the economic fallout. Border towns go quiet. Families with cross-border ties feel the strain. Some Canadian businesses worry about survival without American customers or suppliers. The boycott is both a source of pride and deep uncertainty. The silence at the border is a stark reminder of what's at stake. For many, the crisis is personal. Jobs, families, and daily routines are upended. The experiment in economic separation is real, and nobody knows how it will end. The mood is tense, anxious, and unpredictable. Both nations feel the weight of history shifting. The sense of unity in Canada is matched by division in the US. The world watches as two allies drift further apart. The stakes have never felt higher. The boycott's impact is immediate and brutal. Starbucks shutters over 100 Canadian stores in a week. McDonald's sales plummet by 70%. Local businesses boom as American brands vanish. The auto industry reels. Ford and GM halt production as cross-border supply chains collapse. A Michigan assembly plant shuts down. Thousands of workers affected. The economic ties between the two countries unravel fast. Hollywood takes a hit. Canadians cancel Disney Plus and Netflix, flocking to homegrown content. Canadian content trends as American movies and shows lose their audience. The cultural bridge between the nations starts to crumble. Tech giants like Apple and Microsoft, already reeling from the global ban, lose the Canadian market overnight. Apple's quarterly forecast turns disastrous. Investors panic. The dream of seamless global tech dies, replaced by digital walls. American companies, once global kings, look suddenly vulnerable. The boycott isn't just economic, it's cultural and technological. The world sees the US falter in real time. The pain is felt in layoffs, empty stores, and lost markets. The message: America's dominance is no longer guaranteed. The corporate giants stumble, and the world takes note. The economic fallout is massive and growing. The era of American business supremacy is shaken. This crisis proves how a leader's words can move economies. Trump didn't sign a law, he just mocked, provoked, and entertained. His words turned a serious ban into a global spectacle. For his supporters, it was validation. For Canadians, the final insult. Trudeau's boycott might have failed if not for the anger Trump stoked. People boycotted not just because of policy, but because they felt disrespected. A leader's tone can be as powerful as any law. One leader mocks, another reacts, and millions follow. Social media posts trigger diplomatic crises. Viral videos spark nationwide movements. The line between personal brand and national policy blurs dangerously. When a leader speaks, the world listens and reacts. This isn't just about Trump, it's a warning for every leader. Words can build bridges or burn them. In this case, mockery led to boycott, boycott to economic pain, and pain to deeper division. It's a vicious cycle, all sparked by a choice to turn crisis into performance. The cost is measured in billions and in broken trust. The lesson words matter more than ever. The world is paying the price for a punchline, and the cycle shows no sign of stopping. The world is watching and learning. Rivals like China and Russia celebrate, using the crisis as proof of American decline. State media mocks the US as unreliable and chaotic. America's allies are alarmed, questioning their own ties to Washington. If the US can't keep peace with Canada, who's next? Trust in American leadership erodes across the globe. European and Asian tech firms rush to fill the void, signing deals in Canada and capturing lost market share. This isn't a temporary shift. It could permanently realign the global economy. The world grows less unipolar. American dominance fades. International organizations like the UN and WTO are powerless. This isn't a dispute they can mediate. Memes and mockery now rival missiles and mandates in global influence. The old rulebook is out the window. The crisis creates a power vacuum and others are quick to fill it. The US is distracted, its companies weakened. The global order is shifting fast. The world's watching, and the consequences are just beginning. The stakes are global, and the fallout is far from over. Where does this go from here? Nobody knows. Can Canada sustain the boycott, or will economic pain fracture unity? Will the US mend fences or escalate with its own boycotts? American companies face huge losses. Will they push for peace or more conflict? Trump's role remains unpredictable. Will he fan the flames or change his tune? The risk of a full-blown trade war looms. The path to stability is unclear. The spiral of retaliation is easy to imagine. The next months will decide if this is a temporary crisis or a permanent split. The future of North America and the world hangs in the balance. And right now, no one dares to predict how the story ends.